Hey, how you doing, everybody? Ollie here, aka TNS Attitude. I'm back here on YouTube.com for all things professional wrestling. Now, today, what I want to talk about is what has just come up on my timeline regarding speculation of a cross-promotional working relationship going forward between Impact Wrestling and All Elite Wrestling. Dax Harwood from The Revival tweeted Scott D'Amore about wanting to make it happen with working with The Revival from Impact Wrestling. Now, in terms of how this could go down, of course, Scott D'Amore would actually tweet back to say, you know what, he'd be very interested in this working out. And you know what, I actually would be very interested if this did come to some kind of result. With everything that's been happening, obviously, over the pandemic, you know, wrestling's been presented in a very, very different way. But a lot of these promotions have been excellent in the way they've been able to really keep fans' interest over the last few months. Impact has been, Impact, first of all, was able to really secure a lot of good top guys for their Slammiversary pay-per-view. And also with AEW, they've been really consistent over the last few weeks, well, last few months, with the kind of content they've been able to put out. Dynamite this last week actually drew over 901,000 viewers up against NXT, and it's going from strength to strength in the viewership. Now, in terms of Impact and AEW working together, you know what, they're both on a pretty solid level. And you know what, Tony Khan is a guy, from what I can see, I think he'd be pretty down for something like this. You know, he's pretty, he's always very much down for what's best for the business. And I think that, you know what, he's very passionate about wrestling. And I think from interviews and really what he wants to do, I think that this is something I would not think would be out of them doing it. I think that if all parties involved could make this happen, I think they will. And I think it would be great. I mean, I don't see anything really bad coming from this. It'd be like the Capcom versus SNK of wrestling. It would be great. I mean, you wouldn't touch WWE, but Impact, who have been getting really great momentum in the last few months. I mean, they really have. I mean, and if you was to do like a Worlds Collide kind of event between the two promotions, I think that you would really, with what's happening right now as well with the pandemic, I think this is the way to really keep interest with wrestling. I mean, you've got All Out coming up in September from AEW, and I believe that's going to be in Jacksonville. Don't quote me on that. They may do something different, but you never know. But to do like a Worlds Collide event going forward, I think would really be good for all the people involved. I mean, if you could see some good stuff with that. I mean, you could see EC3 and MJF, I'm sure, is a match a lot of people would want to see. And of course, you got the North versus the Revival. The women as well would be great. I mean, man, and I've been loving that women's thing they've been doing on AEW, that draw tournament thing they've been doing on a Monday night on YouTube. It's been really good. Tay Conti from NXT tagged with Anna Jay and took on Ariani and Nyla Rose this past Monday, and that was really not bad, you know. Although Ariani, man, I don't know. I was never a fan of her when she was in WWE. But look, overall, I think the possibility of this happening is pretty high, because you've got a lot of people I think are on the same level. And I think that Scott D'Amore, and with him having, you know, he's got the Good Brothers, and I think there's a lot there that I think, as long as they can get schedules aligned on the right level, I think something like this is pretty. I think the potential's there to put this on like an iPay-per-view, or, you know, whatever they want to do. I think, you know, going forward it would be a solid thing for this year or the next. Who knows? It'd be even better if it was with a crowd, but you know, with the current pandemic, crowds are not a thing. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think. Would this be a good idea? A special cross-brand pay-per-view between two promotions? Should we get New Japan involved? Should we just throw it up and get everybody involved? Who knows? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And as I say, if you've not already, please do subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon for another video. All the best.